I've done not that much more.
Oh.
There we go. Let me make sure everything is looking good. I don't see the fact that I'm live yet, so I will not say anything just yet.
Yeah, don't talk,
There we go. Okay, so it is working. I did not catch the first minute, but it is working now, so I'm glad I didn't just hit record and go right into it.
Yippee.
Woo!
Screaming.
All right.
Is that Buddy the Elf? Die.
Any final thoughts before we get this party started?
Uh, no.
I barely
Nia
have
Jax.
normal thoughts.
Nia Jax is an underrated champion. Everyone hates on her for no reason.
Well, it's not no
Ooh,
reason.
ooh, ooh! I like
Now
it.
that,
I like it.
see, I want to share that off the air, so when we hit record, I'm still one of the people.
You're still a person.
Yeah, I'm still like, I'm like, someone. She's terrible.
Got it.
Actually, so, you know what? We'll get into it. We'll actually get into that.
Yeah.
All right, Era. There we go. We'll give you a little countdown. 3, 2. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another fabulous, fantastic, and freaking amazing episode of the Three Counting Out podcast. And I am Widowy. Widowy, so excited to be here today with two of my favorite people of all time, Mike and Jamie. Hi, hello, how are both of you doing?
I made the all-time list. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can definitely tell this episode's never getting aired.
this one's gonna be the three counting out after dark because we have no plan, no direction. The three of us are here. There's a recording running right
After
now.
dark, do you know what that means? I
I can't
I
say
don't.
that. My lights are
I
off. Does that count?
No.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know what I
I mean,
signed up for. I know this was an after dark podcast.
We're gonna be talking about wrestling, and then we're gonna be talking about wrestling. Oh
Oh,
my!
oh, my favorite kind of wrestling.
How the both of you doing today? You guys, you two doing good?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing a move just like you are. It sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's moving. Oh,
Indeed,
jeez.
man. Mike moved as well. I heard literally like 90% of the people that have been on this podcast are moving right now. It doesn't make no sense. Or have
Yeah.
That
moved
sounds.
in the past like 2 months.
Yeah, it was the cool thing to do. It's what the cool kids do. Okay.
It is.
Suck it, FGK. The only one that's not moving. Loser.
Nerd.
I've right. Speaking of losers, he has such bad takes when it comes to wrestling because now that he's not here, I can freely talk as much trash as I'd like. I don't understand his whole fascination of. I just wanted to say, the right guy won. CM Punk lost, Drew McIntyre, the right guy won. CM Punk, like he has taken such an odd stance on a bunch of things as of late, and I, Mike, I think you'll be able to back me up on this. I feel like he's making up imaginary people on Twitter to argue with as well.
I hope so. I think it's his blood loss though from yesterday.
Yeah, Jamie, we we recorded another episode, and FGK was on there. The
Uh-huh.
entire hour and a half, however long the episode was, nosebleed the entire time.
Yeah, that'll make you say some silly things.
Yeah, I mean, he sent a video and he was dripping like a faucet.
He
It
was
was so
auditioning for the
bad.
new horror movie. I don't know.
Ooh, I want to see FGK. You know what? I'm all for it. I think some horror movies could use a shot in the arm nowadays. And is FGK the thing to do so? Probably not. But
Wait,
You never know.
I'm willing to find out,
I'm willing to find out. The thing
especially
that
at his expense.
Well, shit. Speaking of horror movies, wrestling.
yeah, honestly, the Wyatt Six
Yes.
right now, it was such a perfect parlay because I do want to talk about that first. And for context, I think they've only had
One match.
yeah, they've only had the one match right now, but
And that was against the Creeds, right?
Creeds and
Gable.
and Chad Gable, Shorty G representing.
Well, you know, all
I-
he does is really just stand around and cower, whilst the Creeds are trying their best to survive.
Even though it's only been the one match right now, I still feel like this is Bo Dallas's best work.
Oh, of
By-
course.
When it's
By-
between that and Bo leave.
Yeah, it
gonna
is
say-
true. It's a low bar to get over.
I was gonna say, what are you comparing that to? If you were gonna say this is some of like the Wyatt's best work, I'd be like, all right, there's a conversation. Is
That's
this better or worse than the Fiend so far? But like
Ooh,
better than Bo Dallas? Yeah, no, of course.
That's a very low. But well, hold on. What about Bo Dallas on the B team, where he teamed with Curtis Axel, protect Miz?
I don't even care about Curtis Axel, if I'm honest.
Still never eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Still the longest.
That's true. He's still out
Active
there.
competitor,
He could still win and go up against Cody Rhodes. Can you imagine that?
Curtis
was
Axel,
that?
finish your story.
Rumble, was it Rumble 15?
I think it was in like 2006 or something stupid like that. Like, oh my God. Can you imagine Triple H is like long-term storytelling? That's what we're here about.
We're gonna bring it all around. Curtis Axel comes back, wins it all, and finishes his Axel Mania. We're gonna get that.
That's what
started.
everyone wants, right? That's
Oh,
what we're
of
all looking
course.
forward to.
You go on Twitter right now, you're not seeing anybody talk about Cody. You're not seeing anybody talk about Roman. Everybody and their mother is clamoring for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. Oh, damn it, I messed up my own bit. They're clamoring for Curtis Axel and Curtis Axel alone. Axelmania needs to run wild yet again.
I can't wait for Axelmania, dude.
Me and FGK actually went to WrestleMania 33, and that was the one that
Whoa.
was in Orlando, where the Hardy Boys showed up at again. And
Whoa.
they're the little WrestleMania access thing. I guess
Isn't that the one where Roman fucking beat Undertaker?
Yep, certainly was.
Oh my God, you saw that?
Mhm.
You saw his last match, and no, I don't count the one with Goldberg in Saudi Arabia or the one in the graveyard with AJ Styles.
Or the one with Cena that lasted 30 seconds.
That happened after Roman?
Yeah, that was the literal Mania afterwards. That was 34.
I don't fucking count that shit.
Me neither. Me neither.
That's a squash.
For conversation's sake, yeah, me and FGK have seen the last match of Undertaker and the last match of Roman Reigns, and I hang my hat on that.
The last match of
God, my brain.
match of Roman Reigns.
My brain is
Like-
stuck on Roman Reigns tonight. My God.
I'm like, well, he's easy to think about, but I have to tell you, Roman Reigns didn't stop wrestling in 2017, my friend.
the last match of Brock Lesnar. Sorry, my bad.
Oh.
Because
last match
Well,
with
now
Brock
that you said that name, I see we're canceled. Okay.
yeah, great.
Wait.
No, the podcast. Podcast of the year.
When you're talking about the last match with Brock Lesnar, are you talking about SummerSlam 2 years ago where he went up against the Bloodline?
SummerSlam last year, where he went up against Cody.
Oh shit, that's right.
Mhm.
You got to see that? That's
that was-
crazy.
That was in Detroit, Michigan, and
Mhm.
Wow.
What a
And
random
then he
match
shook-
to see.
there's such a funny bit that the Mike, FGK, and myself always keep coming back to, because if you go back and watch the promo for
I
that
love it
match
and I hate it
leading
at the
up to
same
it,
time.
they used "Oh, I love it and I hate it" at the same time as the hype song for it, and it makes absolutely no earthly sense whatsoever.
No, not a one.
It honestly looks like the storyline is built on the grounds of domestic assault, not a wrestling match. Like Cody's Brock's wife, and those two are fighting each other now, and it's so bad. But you gotta love it and hate it at the exact same time.
I do love it and hate it at the same time. God, every time that will forever be in my brain because I'm like, why? Why are we making Cody look like a domestic abuse victim? Like, what? What's
Brock's
happening?
wife that Brock hits a little too hard when dinner isn't made. That's not the vibe
Jesus.
I wanted to go for this match, man. I
Did
wanted
you say, I'm sorry, I gotta stop you. Did you say a little too hard?
well, he
Yeah.
loves it and hates it at the same time, you know? It's like ooh, but also
Ah,
ooh.
what? I don't think that's how that goes in
No.
either circumstance.
This I feel like this episode, the ADHD episode, is probably never going to see the light of day. But you know what? We're gonna have a damn good time recording it nonetheless.
That's true.
All right,
That,
so since we're talking about just goofy shit,
Mhm.
you
yeah,
actually
yeah.
brought it up before the podcast. Now I will say,
Don't
since
flame me like this. Don't flame
since
me
she,
like this.
since she's been back,
Oh no, no, no.
Nia hasn't been terrible.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I
Boo!
No, it's
Nia
okay
Jax,
because
boo!
I
His
mean,
boo!
boo.
early in her career and even up until however long ago, she was fucking garbage. I mean, she couldn't be around without hurting
She was
somebody.
hurting people. She was
Yeah,
straight up hurting people.
and
Um,
she was like happy about it. And it was like, well, you're kind of an asshole, huh? But since she's been back, it's been better.
Look, I gotta say, I heard some folks talking about this because she just got back. You know, she's got her title and stuff now. She's got a faction kind of going, or at least a stable of folks. And someone was pointing out, is like, have we ever had a women's champion who has men in their stable? I know it's Pretty Deadly, but I like Pretty Deadly, you know. And
I
Pretty Deadly the
Yeah, they need
musical
more
was
TV
funny.
time.
Yeah, no kidding.
They had them on NXT. They were so good on NXT, and then they got to the main
They had
roster,
him.
and it was
They
like
were
they went, I don't know. I have no idea
they
what to do.
were they did a promo for WrestleMania that was like who everyone in the six-man ladder match was, and I thought they were so fucking funny. And I saw them the week before on, I think it was SmackDown, going up against, oh god, I want to say it was DIY, but it was really like, I like them. I've barely seen stuff from them, but every time I see them, I'm like, they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Well, and they're actually pretty good in the ring too. And it
Yeah.
just seems like I don't know. The tag title scene right now is already fucking wonky because they're
Oh
using the
yeah.
tag belts
I
just
mean,
to further a
Botchaloa
storyline again.
has a title. How good could it be?
The
Like,
Yeah.
infamous Tongaloa with gold around his waist. No, I know what you mean though about the whole Nia Jax thing because as much as it is and as easy as it is to just dump on her immediately because of the type of wrestler that she's been in the past, I through admitted gritted teeth, I will say I haven't been upset with the work that she's been doing in this most recent run.
I uh I didn't love the promo that Nia did with Bailey before their match, but I did like their match. Like, there was a promo they ran where
When she called her
Bailey,
BBL Bailey.
Yeah, that was stupid.
no,
That was
no,
stupid.
where Bailey was like, "You're not danger." Like, she said, God, I wish I could remember the exact wording. Where she was like, "You're not big and strong. You're just reckless. You get people hurt because you don't care." And Nia was like, "Well, I'll see you at SummerSlam," and it was just like, is that it? Is that all we have? Like, is there no?
That's
And
a
like,
valid point.
yeah, and like Michael Cole, God bless him, was like, "This rivalry has been around for 15 years. They've known each other so long. Imagine watching someone that you went up with getting all the accolades that you deserved." I'm like, is that the story? Is that what the story is in this match? I thought it was Nia's angry, but I'm
Yeah.
glad, Michael Cole, you're doing the Lord's work because now I care. I wish Nia had said a couple of these things.
Listen, Nia's only good at being big and slightly goofy sometimes. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned it, I was thoroughly enjoying her in-ring work, but I still 100% feel like the mic skills are
Yeah.
subpar at best.
Oh
And
yeah.
Mhm.
again, this is also just coming from a podcast host, so please take my words with a grain of salt. I also know that's
No,
not
no,
saying much. What?
your dad is Hunter Hearst Helmsley,
Oh,
so
that's
you.
right. Oh, that's right. I forgot who my father was.
Your papa.
Hello, Papa. Thank you for giving me the grounds to
Your
talk about
name
this
is
podcast.
your name is I think Hunter Jr. if I recall. Hunter the Second,
Oh,
my mistake.
indeed, indubitably. Um, and I wanted to again circle back around to Pretty Deadly as well because I feel like this is an overarching problem with a lot of what Triple H has been doing since he has taken over. Because, everybody's had their issues with Vince and what he's done, and everybody kind of looks at the Triple H work through more of a rose tinted glasses or whatever the correct saying is.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
it
They look
escapes me
at
at the
it
moment.
they look at the dichotomy of it of like, oh well, there was Vince, and now there's Triple H, and that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. There's Paul Levesque. How nice is that? But yeah, it could there's some things.
What Vince succeeded in some areas, Triple H succeeds in some areas, but
Yeah,
as
I
of
mean,
now, Triple H has lacked in two, I'll say maybe two and a half. His NXT call ups have floundered, and
Yeah.
the tag team division at the moment is non existent. I would
I mean,
say the women could use some work, but there's also some really good bright spots in the women's division as well. It's like 50-50.
I the thing I miss most about the Vince McMahon era is that you truly could not predict where it was going. Who knew Mark Henry's son would be a glazed ham? Like, who knew? That only Vince McMahon could give that to us.
But that
Uh,
glazed ham has turned into such a lovely adult.
oh my God, Boccioloa looks so handsome.
Well, I
I
think didn't Henry's son get signed recently?
Yeah. Yep.
I
Man, can you imagine if he came in as the Ham? Like that's his name. I
Big
kid though.
ham.
I detest Vince McMahon. I'm only
Yeah.
joking. It's the only uh, any good idea he had was a coincidence because he had 20 other bad ideas that never panned out.
I think we talked about this with Tommy a little bit when we had him on for the interview, that we can still acknowledge all of the good things that Vince McMahon did for wrestling, but also know in the same part of our brains as well that he was filled with a bunch of shitty ideas as well, and he's also a shitty human being on top of that.
What's your favorite Vince McMahon idea?
Ooh, Hornswoggle.
That's awful.
Yeah,
That is
dude.
awful.
Dylan, I am particular to the 10-man mini Royal Rumble.
What about mini or WLC? It was
Oh,
WLC.
VLC was so good with El Torito. That's, well, Mike, I'm going to have a little bit of here's a scorching hot take for you, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like WLC is the best TLC match on the TLC pay-per-view.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Not like the Edge and the Hardys or anything. Just
Well,
Well, he
that
said on the TLC
yeah,
pay-per-view.
that was like I think that was a SummerSlam or WrestleMania match. It was
oh,
never.
you're right. You're right.
Mhm.
Well, on a technicality, he's got me.
Yeah,
Uh,
baby.
you didn't say best TLC match. You said the
No,
best one on the pay-per-view.
exactly. I chose my words very, very carefully.
Well, I guess you have me there. Congratulations.
What about you, Jimmy? Favorite Vince McMahon moment? Come on, pick
I told
just
you, it's
one.
the ham.
Oh, the
It's the
ham!
ham.
How could I forget?
Uh,
Mike, I
it's
know
the
you
ham. Oh God, trying to think of anything else. It wasn't Vince's idea for the Judgment Day. Uh, hmm. Yeah, I'll go with the ham. Oh no, you know what? It was. I'm assuming it was Vince's idea to have Stone Cold assault him while Vince McMahon was in a hospital, and
with the
then
bedpan.
and the catheter. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
uh,
there you go. That's a good one.
yeah. Just truly unhinged behavior. Just absolutely like grotesque '90s ECW shit. You know. Except with ECW, I don't know what the difference is between Paul Heyman like craziness in the '90s and Vince McMahon craziness. Maybe it's the quantity of cocaine, maybe it's the quality of it. I just don't know.
the production value.
The
Yeah,
production
some
value of the
some
coke.
yeah. When you do something crazy like that and you have no production value, it feels more tasteful because you're like, well, we can't do the spectacle of a Rock or a Stone Cold or a Hulk Hogan. So let's just do fucking crazy shit until we get like put taken off the air. And that's endearing in some way. I still don't watch a lot of old ECW stuff because it's pretty classless, but I do think there's merit
I
to it.
loved it.
When Vince,
I have a DVD that is ECW's bloodiest matches, and it
good God,
is gold.
Oh yeah.
how many of them are no jack matches against a white man?
Only I think he's only in one.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Because man,
One
oh
is the
man.
Sabu match where he got caught with barbed wire and had to tape his arm shut to continue the match.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah, because it was down to like the bone, so
Oh,
he just taped it
Yeah,
closed with
because
athletic tape and then continued the match.
as one
No
does.
Jack, No Jack was a legit monster. That wasn't a character. That was him.
Well, he tried to kill people.
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
it
just straight up.
was it No Jack or New Jack? I don't remember.
New Jack.
Oh, it might have been New Jack. My bad, my
New
bad.
Jack. Sorry, I'm not the biggest. I'm not a walking Philadelphia dictionary, unlike some people. Editor, sir. There you go. I'll give him a
Yeah,
little time to butt in, see if he can get a little angry bit at me. No, you don't want to. Oh, okay. Moving on. This is
yeah. There's
definitely ADHD
yeah,
the episode because we've gone from the Wyatt Six to Nia Jax to Vince to ECW. It's flowing beautifully, and I just
yeah,
interrupted it, and now our flow is completely lost. I am so
yeah.
sorry.
You're the reason. You're the reason
I'm
this
the
is like this.
reason.
It's
Yeah,
your
well, yeah. I
fault.
mean, yeah. Like you said, you're the one who disrupted the flow.
What?
If no one else disrupted the flow,
Well, uh,
you
uh.
know what? I'll bring it back. I'll bring it
Okay,
back.
okay. I'm
Danny,
sweating over here. Yes, hi.
dream match, one on one. All three of us, round table. What's the dream match?
Ooh,
Any
dream.
any era, any people. If you wanted to be like, I want to see Hulk Hogan and Roman Reigns, Hulk Hogan in their prime, Roman Reigns in their prime. I want to see it. That's a dream
Hulk
match.
Hogan against
It's not.
Nia Jax, and Nia Jax injures him.
That's good. I'd watch that.
Now, do you want realistic or unrealistic?
I want you to go crazy. Go nuts.
Unrealistic. Unrealistic. Give
Hornswoggle
me.
against the Big Show. You're right.
Oh, dude, ooh, Jamie, oh, you took the words right out of my mouth. Damn it. You remember that giant, like, Monsters Ball something, or I think it was a Monsters Ball Rumble where it was
The Great
Show,
Khali.
it was Kane, it was Kali, it was
Oh wow.
Big Daddy V. It wasn't Viscera anymore, R.I.P. And I think it was Batista and Umaga as well.
Ooh,
That's just
Umaga.
such a
Wow.
big boy match. And
Big meaty
Big.
men slapping
hmm
meat.
if I could, you know what? I think my dream match is I want to do the past, present, and future of like the
Strongest
world's
man.
meatiest men.
Throw Big
So
E in there. Yeah.
do like King Kong Bundy, Giant Gonzalez, and
Oh
Big
my
John
God.
Studd versus
Andre
Big.
the Giant. Throw him
Oh,
in
Andre
there.
the Giant. Fuck. Oh, you're right. I forgot one. Andre the Giant, and then we'll add in Big Show, Kane, Big Daddy V,
Mark Henry for
and Mark
sure.
Henry. Yup. And then for the new eight, we'll do Braun. We'll do
Ooh.
Otis. We'll
Wait,
do
are you talking about Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker?
Braun
Oh,
Strowman.
Braun Strowman.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's good. That's better.
and then we'll do Braun Strowman, Otis, pre pre
Otis.
pre
Only Otis
broken
if he comes
neck.
out as Otis.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully he comes down with a little bow tie as well. I'll leave it up to him. He's a big boy. He can decide. Uh, pre
You know what?
neck broken
Jacob.
Big E.
Oh yeah.
Jacob
Gosh.
Fatu. See, he's
No, he's too
dominant,
small
but he's
actually.
not that big.
No. What about Bronson Reed though?
I could do a
He's
Bronson.
like
We'll do
325 pounds.
Yeah, we'll do Bronson Reed, and then if I have the spot for one more, we'll do pre weight loss Gunther.
Or
Ooh,
you know what
Walter?
you could do?
Well, yeah,
Fucking.
Walter.
You could do current day Randy Orton, who's pushing
Oh
300. I know it's all in
Jesus!
his traps. It's all of that
I
Nutella, you know.
Oh, you listened to it too. The
Of
So what
course.
do you want to talk about? Mike, if you didn't hear it, Cody's been running around doing all these interviews in his little tour bus, and
Yeah.
he's done one
The one
LA
that caught
Knight.
fire, you know.
Yeah, same bus actually. Did one LA Knight, R-Truth, Miz, and then the most recent one with Orton.
He talked to Bailey also.
Oh,
He
you
did a
did?
Bailey episode.
I need to watch that one. I don't think I've seen that
Yeah,
one.
it was the second one he did.
Was talking to Orton, and Orton's like, "Yeah, dude, this body is built by Nutella. If when I was just home hurt, the only thing I was just scooping spoonfuls of Nutella into my mouth."
And then they're
That's what I'll
like,
be
well,
like,
how do
Randy,
you?
how do you gain 40 pounds of muscle with just Nutella, buddy?
He's like,
Peanut
well,
butter.
it was that and playing 600 hours of Elden Ring. He's like, I had time, you know. I'm the
My
idea
Elden
of
Ring,
Randy Orton.
Nutella, and steroids. What a combination.
Yeah, no kidding. You can't tell me he doesn't. You just can't.
Well, the fact that him, AJ, Roman, The Rock all came back and they were all just fucking yoked.
I'm
Yeah.
And
like,
they're like, oh yeah, just hanging out.
I'm
Just
like,
having a good
no,
time.
no, you, no. How about you, man? What's your dream match?
um,
Silly or legit? I don't know.
I don't know if it would be a one-on-one, maybe like a series of matches. I want
Ooh, best of 7.
no, because
Oh.
it'd be different people.
Okay.
So maybe like an elimination chamber, but I don't know. I want Shawn Michaels, prime Shawn
Oh.
Michaels,
Oh.
Heartbreak
Uh,
Kid.
prime Seth Rollins,
Oh.
Ooh.
prime Bryan Danielson.
Now,
Oh.
when is Prime
Yes
Brian
movement.
Danielson?
It's yes movement.
Yeah, yes, movement Bryan Danielson with now Bryan Danielson's arsenal of moves.
Oh, like a
Ooh.
hybrid. Oh, I love it.
The Brian Danielson hybrid. Daniel Bryanson.
Moxley,
Whoa.
Okay.
That's not a
Takeshita.
name I thought I'd hear today.
Takeshita,
Okay.
because that dude can do whatever he wants, and I think he is going to be a fucking star if AEW gets their shit together.
That's big F.
Yeah. And I would throw Will Ospreay in there, but I don't know if he has the exact move set I want in this. Trying to think. I want Chad Gable. I want Kurt Angle in there.
Mm-hmm.
Chat. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Now it's sort of turning into like a
A
battle
real one,
royale
yeah.
almost. And yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
kind
real.
of. But
This is
I
actually a
want their-
30-man Royal Rumble list.
Ooh.
but they have to be pinned because
Oh, okay,
wow.
okay.
because I want
What
this
a
to cook and I want it
stipulation.
to go on for a long time.
It's
And
the
it could be for-
60-man Iron Man match.
And it could be for a title. But yeah, I want all those people just going at it, slinging for it, just throwing down absolutely everything they have. I think it would be fucking incredible.
And just give him the time limit and just let him go. You know what? I think the next time I boot up 2K24, I feel like that's a match that I want to do now. Hold on. We got Sean, Seth, D-Bry, Kurt, Chad, maybe Will Ospreay,
Moxley, because
Mox.
Moxley's moveset is deeper than you realize, and that's what makes him good. Then he makes shit exciting.
I also want to see if anybody's made a Tommy Vendetta created character and see if that match can't get underway. I know that dream match needs to happen yesterday. And Jamie, what about you?
Yeah.
What match you got cooking?
Shinsuke Nakamura versus Tozawa.
Damn, you were ready for that one. You had that one locked and loaded.
Now, is that
I
current day Tozawa, or is this like let loose Tozawa that's actually good in Japan?
Oh no. Current Tozawa. I want it to be a joke match because, despite what people might say about Shinsuke, I think unfortunately he's become kind of a nothing.
True,
That's
but he is taking great photos.
He's very artistic on Instagram, I will say. Although I do think he does have the worst win loss percentage out of anybody on the roster this
On
calendar
the current
year.
roster,
Yeah.
yeah. I would love to see, and this would be, I don't know when this would ever come up. I'd love to see a Randy Orton and a Drew McIntyre.
Ooh.
Like the
Ooh.
RKO and Claymore are just such interesting, like those finishers are both so incredible looking, and both of these guys are just built like action figures. You know what
I
I mean?
feel like that's a match they've already done in the past.
Well, I like it.
Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre. Hold on. Ah, that's why. That's why I don't remember it. It was
Uh,
Pandemic Wrestling.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
that's
It was after Drew won his title off of Brock. That was his feud, or one of the first feud that he had to go through. I was like, that. It sounds good, but it also sounded very, very familiar as well.
I see.
I
I
am all
see.
for that, but in the pure namesake of just wanting to give them time to let them cook in front of an actual audience this time.
Yeah, you know what? That's not even my dream match. I would want to see God, who were my guys back in the day? I loved Triple H, the game Triple H. You know what I mean? He was
Mycon, the RGB.
I
Oh
just
yeah.
realized what we could do:
What?
what's that?
the Spine Buster match.
Oh
Triple H, Arn Anderson, Bobby
no.
Roode, Carl Anderson, um, Batista, The Rock, obviously Farouk. Um,
Okay.
and you can only win with a spine buster.
Oh, no. They're gonna cave in the center of the ring with how many times just spine buster, spine buster, spine. It's like 2K, but your controller's broken and you can't stop doing the same move. Okay, I kind of like that.
I want to see classic Kane, like Fire and Brimstone Kane, go up against Jacob Fatu.
Ooh.
Can you imagine that for a second?
Oh.
Like Hell in the Cell, Jacob Fatu.
Mmm. Hold on. I'm tasting it. I can feel it.
Maybe it's just because I
I
think,
I raise you one. Same
yeah,
match.
Rays.
Same
Okay.
match. Keep those two there. But add in Umaga.
You know what? I want to exchange Jacob Fatu for someone.
Okay.
Gunther.
Okay.
Gun
Oh, there we go. That works.
classic. You know what? If I could get an Undertaker Gunther match, but like classic Undertaker, that'd be something. Because those guys are like, can you imagine the match that like if Gunther had been around during the streak? Imagine that.
Mmm. Mmm.
Especially
Now,
considering he's been a champion for 75% of his time.
that
Yeah.
is definitely someone that I feel should have broken the streak over Lesnar.
On
100%. If he was
Here's
on the roster at the time, oh my god, I would have been so for it.
here's honestly, I got a hot take about the streak. I know a
Okay.
lot of people are like Lesnar shouldn't have done it because he was over already. I don't think it had anything. I know it was a Vince idea, but my opinion on that is I don't think it was to like get someone over. I think it was because it was the only one who you could believe could do it. If it was Roman or if it was Daniel Bryanson or whatever, I'd be like, okay, we're giving it to him. But Brock Lesnar at the time was a legit and serious like wrestler and physical. You were afraid to even look at the guy. And the Undertaker, when he lost, I'm like, yeah, he got destroyed. He got hurt. He was in the fucking ambulance. I'm like, I believed that that
Well, it
match
also
was
doesn't help
legit.
that Undertaker was concussed for 3/4 of that match.
I think
Yeah.
now, correct me if I'm wrong. I think speaking of concussions, hi, it's me, the concussion guy. Um, did the Brock match with Cena come
After.
It was after. Okay.
Yeah, there's a very like famous interview where Cena's like he was talking with Brock. He's like, "I'd love for this match to be very quick because you just won the streak. We can't be going and doing a normal match like it's just another day because you have such insane focus on you right now. You have such insane like heat on you right now for doing that. It's
Yeah.
not my night." And I'm like, I fucking agree. That's putting the business first sort of deal.
And that's just how smart John Cena is, man. Like, I respect him so much for everything that he's done for the business, and the fact that we get to see one more year of that is also very, very exciting for me as well, too. And the fact that he can realize that, hey, Lesnar is riding on top of the world right now. He should
Hmm.
absolutely run through me because of all this
Hmm.
momentum behind him. Again,
Yeah.
it's up for debate whether or not should have been him.
Hmm.
But I do agree with you. Looking at that roster in 2014, around 30, Lesnar doing it was the one that made the most
Hmm.
sense
I
10
I've
years
heard
ago.
I've heard takers say that it should have been Roman because Roman needed the push. And I was like, look, in 2014, 2017, that era of Roman, if he had gotten he already had such insane heat and he got more heat for, retiring the Undertaker or whatever. But if he had been the one to break the streak, I think his career would be over today. I don't think there's any coming back from that kind of hatred. That's like that's
I think
it'd be
you're
insane going
wrong.
away heat. Really?
I
Okay.
think, yeah, because I think that would have been the point where they would have had no choice. You either double down like they did with Cena, where it's like you're
Mm.
gonna hate him, good, we're gonna make him even more fucking lovable, or that's when you finally turn him heel, where he goes, "You don't like what I did? Too bad. I'm gonna do it to everybody you love."
But here's the thing: the difference between that is Cena has the charisma to pull that off on the mic. In 2017, Roman Reigns did not.
It
He
was
didn't have
even
Paul
And
Heyman yet.
it was even worse because you got your ears all flubbed up. It was 2014 Roman. It was
Oh,
I
oh, I thought
I
it
yeah,
was. Oh, oh, you're right. It
I
was.
think
It was.
I think you're both wrong because I would just rather have preferred Roman Reigns doing anything else than the fucking Shield versus the New Age Outlaws for the tag titles in a match
that was
that lasted
atrocious.
2.5 minutes.
Yeah,
If he was fighting Taker back then, I honestly would have preferred it more than the match
I
that they
mean,
did.
I mean,
I just
fuck.
think as somebody
2014, Rome. The
It was
Shield would
still
have just
Shield.
shown up. God, yeah. The no Taker's
as
completely
somebody
like.
that grew up with the streak, they shouldn't have let it end. They should have just been like, all right, well, this is a thing. Let's just have him finish undefeated.
So you would have had the Undertaker never lose the streak.
Correct.
I think that is a very unclimactic ending. I
I
think that
don't care.
after
I don't care.
I think
I
you rob of like the story of like remember I mean obviously you do. Uh the Shawn Michaels career versus streak match when so much was on the line. That's
26.
inherent drama right there. and I think having no one ever beat The Undertaker, while it like puts The Undertaker in a special spot, it does feel like if there's no threat, then it's a foregone conclusion. If you got all the way to his last WrestleMania and people were wondering, "Ooh, is this going to be the time that it breaks or whatever?" People would be like, "No, it's his last one. Why
Jamie,
would he go out like that?"
Jamie,
Yeah. Yeah, tell me.
was the match against Brock Lesnar good?
No, of course not. That's not what I'm
Okay.
talking about.
No, hold on then. Hold on.
I know
The,
the answer.
his streak should have ended long before that because he was in terrible fucking shape for that match. That match was goddamn garbage. He was concussed. That match
Who,
should have never happened.
all right.
Or if it,
So who
or if they were
uh-huh.
gonna have it happen, pull the trigger with when Brock was around the first time, maybe make him the real fucking monster, but they couldn't.
Ooh.
Yeah,
And
See,
so
all right.
instead
If
we got a subpar match that ended the streak, and it was like, great, now it's done.
I think
He looks even worse for it. Brock Lesnar beat a handicapped Undertaker.
I don't see
Cool.
it that way. I don't see it as Brock Lesnar beat a handicapped Undertaker. I think in the grand scheme of things, the history of it, well, the match itself, pretty piss poor. And of course you can't always play to like, the great histories of what's gonna happen. I think the grander story is there's a younger, more dangerous man, and Undertaker was beaten by time. Like I don't genuinely think Brock Lesnar beat the Undertaker, which he did. I mean, he's a very physical guy, but it was gonna be his time one day or another, and I mean, you can see in the crowd that emotional reaction of everyone just being so defeated and sad when that happens, heartbroken, and I think it's good to break people's hearts sometimes.
because it defies the expectations. I think my issue with everything is that once obviously, Mike, I agree with what you were saying, and Jamie, I agree with what you were saying as well. The point that I just want to add in
Boo,
here,
fence
Thanks,
yeah,
Switzerland.
sitter. Boo,
I'm playing both sides, baby. I'm keeping it safe.
politician.
Yeah, vote for me,
Boo.
Jekyll 2024, baby. Um,
Anyway, you were saying.
the thing that 100% should have happened afterwards, and obviously I know it's wrestling, never say never, I get that, I do. Say history stays the same, Taker gets concussed, they give the streak to Lesnar, whether or not the streak should have gotten to that point, whether or not Lesnar deserved it at that point, whether or not it should have gone to anybody else, not what I'm concerned about at the moment. I don't think Taker should have had any more matches after that point. I think
I think
everything
I
past
agree
30
with
was.
WrestleMania matches.
Well, the only other
Mm,
matches he had
Oh,
outside of
oh God, you're
WrestleMania
right.
was Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. I think after Shawn 2, he should have been done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
no, I would push that even further. I would say after Triple H 3, he should have been done. That was called like the Battle of a
Ooh.
Generation, and they
Oh,
all
end of an
left
era.
together. End of an era, and they all left together, holding each other up with the
Fuck, I
guest
Yeah, that
forgot
would
referee
have
about
been a
Shawn
that
great
one.
one.
Michaels. That's the last one.
That should
If
have
the
been the
look,
perfect end.
and like that could have
Now,
been the end of the,
now
and
here's the
you know
thing.
what? If you stopped there, then no streak. Yep, I agree. End the
No,
streak there. He's
hold on.
undefeated. Yeah.
Here's
What
what
do
I
you
would
got?
have done. Here's what I would have done, and this is just me.
All right. Yeah, you're Vince McMahon. It's
It would have been
2005.
just for storyline purposes, which is unfortunate, but you put the belt on Taker. Taker has a belt. You have him face Triple H. This is them three, and you're like, well, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen now. Taker's probably gonna win because it's Undertaker, and he does. And then somebody with a Money in the Bank comes in and fucking smokes him at Mania, and whoever it is the one that beats him for the
Oh.
belt at Mania and takes the streak.
Oh, some real underhanded. Oh.
Who would you have do that? Because if you were gonna do any of that, I would have it be Edge who does some shit like that.
That
That's
would have been
nasty.
fucking great. That would have been great.
That would have been nasty.
Didn't Edge
And I
do...
think whoever that is just gets absolute. They are the most hated person
Absolutely.
because you are now ruining not just the streak but a moment.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
a perfect goodbye.
Yeah,
I think as perfect as Edge would have been, obviously, it,
Maybe
you
Batista.
you got to have consent in the wrestling industry because I think he went on some sort of interview and said, again, quoting from memory, I have a lot of concussions. If I'm wrong, so be it. I think it was something like Undertaker came to him and offered the streak to
Yes,
him,
he
and
did.
he straight up said like, no, no, absolutely not. I do not want to be the one to do it. I feel as if
Yeah,
the Edge character does not need it. I humbly decline, and still went out there and put on a fucking barn burner anyways. So
yeah.
Mike,
God, his
I
entrance in that WrestleMania was great.
24 Edge coming out with the Edge Ryder and Hawkins coming out to save the day. The only time that those two are going to get into a WrestleMania main event.
Those
Boom! Got you.
pyrotechnics, that's Edge's pyrotechnics, I think, are like the best ever. Like, yeah,
who was young at that time that is now still in the WWE? Because I mean,
Randy
an
Orton.
easy. That's what I was gonna say, but he was an easy choice. Where I think if
He's
he
the
could have
legend
come
killer,
out,
yeah.
if he could have come out, RKO'd Triple H, RKO'd Shawn, and then punted the absolute fuck out of Undertaker to win that title.
That would have been so dissatisfying, if I'm honest. I think that would
Now,
have been, I think ending it with the Triple H 3 good ending, I think it would have been just fine. I know I was saying break people's hearts, but I think that's like so much history to just blow.
That's what I mean, though. If you're gonna blow history, you might as well blow it
You
big.
shouldn't. You shouldn't have to.
hello, my
You
name is
know,
History. Nice to meet you. Hello, I'm Mr.
Oh,
History.
well,
Uh,
then get on over here.
when when is your hypothetical? Correct, because I'm like partially paying attention. I'm doing a million other
That
things right now.
that's I think 2011 was the
So
Triple H 3. Three
so
years before Lesnar.
your hypothetical is 20 WrestleMania 28, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The Hell in a Cell match, Mike.
yeah,
Okay,
Oh, I
all
thought you were talking about when you'd end the streak. My mistake.
right. The whole like Money in the Bank run in ruin everything.
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah,
young
yeah.
on the roster at that time. If
Daniel Bryanson's.
oh,
But, they're a face, so
oh
not a heel. So The
char-
Miz.
character wise, that would be like wrestling wise. I would love that for Brian Danielson. That would be
yeah.
perfect for
Character
him.
wise, we would have never had the Yes movement at
Character
that
wise,
point.
that would have been character assassination.
Vicious no movement.
Let's see. If back then we knew what we know now, and if he wasn't Zack Ryder and if he was Matt Cardona, I feel like that could have been a shout. Instead, he was getting his nuts kicked in by Eve Torres, I think.
Mm.
And
You know
being
Uh,
what?
shoved off the ramp by Kane.
oh my God! Oh Jesus! Oh the wave of PTSD that just came over me. Yeah, I forgot that happened too. Oh
All
no!
right. Let me pose another question to the crew, because this is a lot of like rewriting of history and stuff. Let's look to the future. Who do you think deserves a title run? Or if
Hmm.
they've already had one, another one?
Well,
Hmm.
there's one that this is a softball pitch,
Zawa, I
because
know. Anyway,
it's an Chad Gable.
oh,
Obviously
yeah,
deserves a belt of some sort
he
because for
does.
fuck's sake, the man has been a workhorse. Um,
Yes, he has.
you brought up the Creeds to the main roster and have done fucking nothing with them. Put belts on them and make them go to work because
Make them
they're
the
one of the
tag
best
champs.
tag teams. Yeah, they're one of the best tag teams you have, and it's not even close.
And they're an
Um,
actual tag team. They're not just
yeah,
two established wrestlers squished together. They came in as a tag team. Let's make tag teams fucking relevant again, god damn it.
I heard this incredible idea where they have Gable beat Gunther briefly, and then on the next PLE, Gunther loses it to Bo Dallas.
Hmm.
wait, you said
Hold on.
So Gable beats Gunther, and then
Gabe,
Gable loses it to Bo Dallas.
yes.
There we
Okay.
go. Okay.
Okay. That could be a shout, but I don't want the White Six to run into the same issue that the Fiend ran into because I'm definitely in the camp of he is a spooky demon
He
ghost
doesn't care about
entity.
belts.
He
Yeah.
should not. None of those should care about wrestling belts whatsoever.
Yeah. Ooh, are you all waiting on bated breath for when the Wyatt Six goes after Finn Balor? Because that
I
man tore up a fucking family, and I cannot wait for the fucking vengeance there.
because they're going after like what did he say, the broken families or something or other.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you mistreated your family. That's why he was after Chad Gable. So I'm like, you should go after Finn Balor. He broke up the fucking family. He remade it or whatever, but that shit ain't real. Liv
Mm,
Liv Morgan, like I can't wait. I hope that's what happens. It was
I
so funny seeing Carlito fight for the new Judgment Day. I'm like, Carlito, I
oh
didn't even
my
know you were
god.
here.
Oh my god, that poor man coming out to the world's biggest pop in Puerto Rico and just nothing since. Just shitting in his pants in a corner, waiting for a call. Like, hey, Carlito, Creative's got something for you. Oh, great. What is it? I can't wait to do something. You're going to join the Judgment Day. Huh?
Yeah, what?
Brother,
I was part of
huh?
the. I was with Rey Mysterio. What happened?
LWO
Why?
and all that, man. I'm doing my best over here. Again, also have not been watching a lot recently. I am speaking from ignorance. I'm in. Multiple of us are in the middle of a move, so haven't been up to date. If we're missing something, my apologies. Uh,
Yeah, we're missing the Carlito story. We blanked.
to circle it back around to your other question that you just asked, to get you somebody on the roster right now who, now did you say deserves or should get, because I feel like those are two different answers.
Deserves. Even if they've already had a
Deserves.
belt before, who's someone that you're like they need to be in the limelight a little more?
You know what, I don't know how popular of an answer this is going to be, and to be honest, you know what, I don't care. We're talking hypotheticals, so be it. A run that I very much enjoyed was Kevin Owens with the Universal
Yes.
Championship.
Yes. Yes.
I think that
He has needed a
he's
belt for so long.
so long because he, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was the last title he had, question mark? Oh
I
no, he had
think
the
he had
tag
a U.S.
titles
title after that
and the
as
tag
well.
with Sammy.
Yeah.
Okay, well there goes that moot point, but still, I,
But
Still,
yeah, it's been far too
a
long for
tag
him.
title and a singles title is very different.
yeah,
Well,
just
and he's one of those guys that has such a deep well of moves that they just don't use.
Yeah. It's
true.
like you don't. Yeah.
He's been,
Hmm.
unfortunately, I feel like he's been fodder for the bloodline story for the
Yes.
past 2 years.
He's where Sammy used to be, which is
Yeah,
hilarious because that's the message of his whole career, isn't it?
at least with Sammy, Sammy was able to, have the mic and be Sammy Uso and get those funny moments in. Kevin Owens has just he's had to have been the straight guy this entire time, whether he's getting beaten up or beating up the bloodline. And I don't
Yeah.
feel like he's had a moment to shine. And now I feel as if it's even weirder. Unfortunately, I had this whole thing of not wanting to date the episode, but since I brought it up, this whole thing of the program he's going into Bash at Berlin with Cody, how he's just getting gifted a title shot, it's kind of odd to me. I don't know how much I like it just yet.
Yeah. There's people are looking at it and being like, he's gonna turn heel, and I'm like, ooh, a Kevin Owens heel turn could could be something
It could
again.
I
could
You
mean, he's
know,
a great heel already. So
so
God,
good.
his stuff with Sammy was great. I loved that whole storyline.
yeah,
I it if let me stake my claim because I think it's going to happen with his little glimpses of everything when he was fighting Grayson Waller recently, I believe was
Yes,
his match.
yes.
You want to see the old KO? You want the old KO to come back, and he's
And
about to do
I'm like, yes, I do.
the
You know what?
the apron power bomb. With those type of glimpses, I feel like he is probably going to have said heel turn, and when he does, I think it's gonna cook. I think it's gonna cook so good because when he does, hey, Triple H, if you're listening, anybody at WWE, hi, appreciate you guys. Uh, could you please do me a huge Flava Flav and not have him interact with Sami Zayn for a long time? Because those
Oh
guys
Like the
have,
no,
next 2 to 4 years.
yeah,
I
as
like
for
him. What are you talking about?
they've done so much together already. They've done the
Yeah, they're buddies. They
NXT
like each
bit.
other.
They've done the tag bit. They've done the this is the last time these two are ever going to fight together again and again. Like
Oh, well then
it's
that's stupid.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a lot with those two, and I feel like that really has ran its course of Kevin is a bad guy, Sammy's a good guy. Let Kevin cook. Let him go fight. All you have a whole roster of people. He does not need to be fighting Sami Zayn right now.
I got a question for you. Who because I got my guy of who I think deserves a singles title. And I want to ask you because I'm not sure if they've had one before. But I'm gonna run down something.
Mhm.
Big E had a title. Yeah, he
Yup.
had the
Yes.
Universal title.
Yup.
Kofi Kingston famously had the Universal title.
Yup.
Xavier Woods founded the New Day. Has he ever had a singles
Ooh.
title?
Ooh.
No.
He has had King of the Ring, but that is about it.
I wish if this New Day stuff that they're doing right now with Odyssey Jones and Karrion Cross maybe gets more attention on them. I would love to see Xavier Woods for all his hard work, and I'd love to see him get one.
I wouldn't mind that. I actually think that's a
I
really good shout.
I have been saying that for a long time, and it hurts to say, but I don't think
I
it's
don't think
ever
it's
going
ever
to happen,
happening. No, I
and
don't
it
think so either.
sucks.
If it was going to happen, I think it would have happened 3 or 4 years ago.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh, like Kofi Mania. Oh my
Like, yeah,
God! Imagine
like
instead of Kofi losing to Brock in 2 seconds, Xavier turns heel and
that'd have been
oh,
good. That would have been
oh
really cool.
no,
That's a
no,
story
no! I'm
right
so
there.
sad that that's never gonna happen.
But we had to build up this up and comer Brock Lesnar who hadn't done anything
Oh,
really good with his career yet,
oh, of
you
course,
know?
he needs as much help as
Famously,
possible. God forbid, poor
Not
baby.
not to say that it was a racist time in WWE, but are you a black man with a
With
world
the
title?
singles title.
Here
sorry,
comes
not
Brock Lesnar. He's gonna
no,
beat
no,
you.
no. The first one with a universal title. Had it for 6 months, which was fine. It's a healthy run. But the first one in what was it, 2017, 2018? Unfucking real.
And
Remember
Oh no,
when
what I mean is also who beat
oh yeah.
Big E
Big E and Bobby.
and Bobby. Yeah, there
that
was a trend
God.
there.
that feud that
If
went
you're a black man
nowhere.
with the title, here comes Brock
Watch your
Lesnar.
God.
ass.
Remember Triple H's promo against Booker T?
Oh, unfortunately, I do remember that.
How do you forget, you know?
It's kind of hard
No,
to.
seriously, how do you forget that? Because I'm trying my fucking best.
Oh,
It is it's rough to this day. And then he won. And then he won. Like
mm.
you can't do that. You can't have an intro with that kind of heat and win. And like I guess you can still win, but you have to like win through cheating and win through some nonsense. Like Gunther called Damian Priest street trash, but he lost because of Finn Balor's interference. You know, so the heat was on Finn, not so much. It's just it was a bad move. It was a bad creative call.
hmm There's a lot
And
of
I,
those that have happened that throughout
and
the
who's
course of years.
and who was in control? Whose ideas were those? I wonder. Hmm.
Vince Russo, Paul Heyman.
Vince, Paul Heyman famously comes up with bad ideas.
There we go. I knew it. I figured it out. We've cracked the code, Mike. We did it. Jamie, Mike, we can go home now. We solved all of WWE's issues. It's all
It's
Paul Heyman's fault.
famously.
I believe it.
I want to just say, though, like, even if Xavier Woods doesn't really have, the attention that he so rightfully deserves on TV right now. And with me saying that, he's getting more and more each week recently because, New Day, like Jamie said, New Day is having this story going on with Odyssey Jones right now, which I'm very intrigued in. I will very much commend that man because I do look up to him, how he has a fully fledged, very successful wrestling career and also running a successful YouTube channel on the side as well. Up, up, down, down. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget he's a parent.
and a dad. And did he? Wasn't he the one that was studying for like
Yeah, he's a
famously
doctor.
studying for a PhD? He was getting that PhD. Okay, so I do
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah, he got all but like 3 credits, and it was a whole ordeal at his college that a lot of people weren't getting the actual credit numbers they deserved, and a lot of people weren't getting the degrees they deserved because it was some for-profit bullshit. So he is, by all accounts, a doctor, but they
Dr.
didn't give him a
Woods.
degree. Yeah, that's why it's on his Twitter that
I
he's a
love that.
doctor.
I love that, man.
He's He's like, so I know everything I need to know. I've done all the coursework, but you guys won't give it to me because. And it was like they needed him to go like an extra year, and it wasn't just him. It was like a quarter of the graduating class for that program he was in.
Yeah,
It was
that's
It was crazy.
that is a big old bunch of bullshit. As someone who has notoriously dealt with bullshit from a college, I 100% understand that. I get where he's coming from, and I'm glad he just basically said, you know what? I don't need you guys. You need my money.
I'm gonna go
Deuces,
be a
ooses.
wrestler. Yeah. Like I
I
gotta say, every time you just remind me, every time Jay Uso runs away from the Wyatt Six, it's the funniest shit in the world. I'm not even
Yeah.
kidding.
dude,
I love that shit. People are like, "Aren't you scared?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm
I am
scared. Are you
scared, so
kidding?
I'm leaving.
Bye. I don't need that.
Um, I
You
I
coward." Mm-mm.
I just wanted to sort of acknowledge the fact that
The
I've
tribal chief. Sorry.
I want to acknowledge the tribal chief. Obviously, I
Which
want to
is which is who? Which is who, by the way?
my tribal chief Roman Reigns.
Okay, good, good, very good.
Um, that up up down down has really given WWE fans a glance into like actual backstage life that not a lot of WWE programming has done in the past before. That I really enjoy seeing these guys just interact with each other and hanging out in the locker room and getting like wow, finding out that holy shit, Orton is a hardcore gamer and has played hundreds and hundreds of hours of Elden Ring, and all of these guys are actually really good Street Fighter players as well on top of that, and just
Can I
seeing them be friends is so heartwarming to me, and
can I
I
be
want to be a part
honest?
of that. What?
Can I watched Braun Breaker on Up Up Down Down before I watched any of his matches, and so every time he's coming out as this like unpredictable badass, I'm like, yeah, but the man plays Smash Brothers. Like I can't be scared of this guy. And so like I've never been like, wow, he's so crazy because I've seen him be like, yeah, man, I just like playing Halo 2 and I do some Warzone sometimes. I'm like, he seems chill. Why is he barking?
Hmm. It's so weird to think about that. I think I just turned 26, and I believe he's only a year older than I am.
Yeah, well, your uncle's not doing Steiner math, okay?
No,
So let's
no, or Steiner
you had
steroids on top of that.
Yeah, you had a very different upbringing than Braun Breaker.
It's true. Oh my god, the ADHD episode has probably been my favorite thing that we've done. We've talked about. I think I kept track here. I kept the tally. 47 different topics this entire time,
What the
and
fuck?
it feels so good. Just letting your brain run loose for a little bit into the wide, wacky, beautiful world of wrestling. Um,
Oh,
I
I
want to
love wrestling.
keep it high and tight, high and tight. Don't want to keep everybody hanging around forever.
Mm.
And I don't know about you two. Did anything else you guys want to get off your chest?
Uh, Roman Reigns is gonna become the Universal title, and then he's gonna lose it to the funny. He's gonna lose it to Otis.
Oh, Otis is gonna make his return and knock off Roman Reigns. Oh my god,
Yeah,
Love
book
it.
it, book it, Triple H.
If
but
AEW isn't careful, they're going to become current day TNA.
oh wait, the greatest working wrestler right now is Tongaloa. Sorry. Omos. My
how-
mistake.
How did he miss the turnbuckle? He
How did
missed the turnbuckle. He
How did
missed
he
the low
miss?
blow.
How did he miss lifting the belt right? Like, how do you miss?
I forgot about that.
They gave him an eye patch. They thought it would help. It just made
You know,
things worse.
I really thought, I was like, man, he's going from, New Japan to WWE. He's about to make some real fuck you money. This is going to be great. And he has been,
He's not even getting invited to SmackDown episodes, guys.
yeah.
Big events where Roman and Jacob Fatu are doing stuff. He's just not being. He's not even there to lose to Roman Reigns. He's just too embarrassing.
Yep.
The big triumphant new bloodline moment, he just couldn't be bothered for.
Well, with that being said, I think I need to go watch mega mashup of Tongaloa highlights as we speak. So that is going to do
Who said nobody ever?
it. No, I just said it right now.
That's a hot take.
That is going to do it for today's episode. So if you guys did enjoy what you hear, make sure you guys give it a 5-star review on Spotify. Or I think Era said there is now a comment feature on Spotify as they have taken away the Q&A bit. Make sure you leave any sort of comments down below. We try to take a look at anything and everything. Or if that doesn't work for you, we got youtube.com/3 Counting Out Podcast if you guys are listening over there as well. Make sure you give this episode a like. Comment down below any questions for future episodes, any concerns, or if you just want to tell us how much that FGK guy sucks, I'd appreciate that too. And if you enjoyed anything that I did, you could find me at the Church of Roman Reigns praying to God that the Survivor Series War Games match is just going to be very entertaining. Or if you don't feel like going to church, I guess you could find me at twitch.tv/JackalJoker or youtube.com/JackalJoker.
What about you, Jamie?
You can find me in the woods howling at the moon, but only on Tuesdays. My office hours are 4 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Oh, you close at 5 now? Oh, I thought you closed at 6. Oh,
Yeah,
damn it.
but I open at 4 a.m., so,
Okay.
get in quick.
I'll just wake up earlier then. That's fine.
Yep.
I'll be
Anyway.
at work already.
Yeah, you will.
If you like me, listen to this, because this is where I am. If you don't, that's okay. I am turning into the houseplant in the corner of your room.
That's what that smell was. That's it. Mike! Get out of my house!
I'm not leaving.
How many times do I got to do? Jamie's outside in the woods howling. Well, not yet. You got to wait till 4 a.m. for that one. The office isn't open yet. And you're stuck here in the corner. You're morphing into a plant, Mike!
I am photosynthesizing.
Well, this is going to be really easy then. I'm just going to kick the pot over and think.
Joke's on you. I have vines, bitch.
Oh, no! Oh, God, he got... Mike! No! No!
1, 2, 3.
Oh! 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 Oh, why do I smell like eucalyptus?
You can lift this dick.
Oh!